I am now live. So that's just a little bit of where I think price is going in crypto in the short term. Yes, I still think that we are in a bear market because, you can't get around the economy right now because everything's going to shit. Prices of houses are expensive. Interest rates are high. You can't leverage your money as much as you could. When interest rates are low, that's when you leverage your money and you buy assets, right? And, not as many liabilities. And right now it's kind of difficult right here. But the Ethereum merge that's scheduled to happen in September 19th is, I believe, when they have it set up, is the time that, it's going to be make it or break it for crypto. That is the type of news that's going to inhibit whether this market has a bull rally inside of the halving cycle of the next 4 years or something. Damn, I need to get rid of these widescreens. I've got 4 effing monitors here, so it's all over the freaking place. Michael, good to see you over here from my other channel. We're going to talk some crypto as opposed to motorcycle racing, right? We're going to talk about making money and where I think it's coming in the short term, and I guess I can go over a little bit of long term where I feel we are going with price. So Ethereum merge, right? Ethereum 2.0, there's a lot on the line for this. It has to go right. And people don't really understand that proof of work versus proof of stake is kind of a battle, all right? Because proof of work is what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was designed. That's why Satoshi made Bitcoin, was to make it decentralized. We have a lot of things out here right now that say DeFi, as far as, hey, it's decentralized finance is what DeFi stands for. And it's kind of a funny play on words because there's really no such thing as decentralization because there's always one person that kind of controls things. And my point is proof of work. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you still have a say in the validation of the blockchain, where proof of stake, it's kind of about how much money you have is you have more clout, you have more votes. And with Ethereum's, you can stake. I'm staking quite a bit of money with Ethereum in waiting for this merge to happen because I'm betting big on it because I am a finance guy, and so therefore I want to be with an asset that I feel like it's kind of coming with the times. But Bitcoin is really the one that is separate itself as more decentralized than anything. So when I hear that word DeFi, it gives me goosebumps because most people don't really know exactly what it's saying there. So proof of stake is actually less decentralized than proof of work because, again, it's kind of like the banks. The people that have the most money, they can stake the most money, they have the most influence on stuff, where proof of work is a little bit different. I hope that clears it up a little bit, but we'll get right into the short term of where I feel price is going, right? If you follow me and you saw my video yesterday that got like 100 views, I know it's a little pathetic, but I believe I put some good info out here. Is once we got below in this range of the 9-day and the 20-day, the 9-day is this, orange line. Do I have that? Orange line is that yellow. Am I colorblind? And then the blue line is kind of faded here. That is, in fact, the 20-day. So when price drops into this, it's a good time to think about, hey, are we going to possibly, bounce? And where is that going? Because if you look, I'm on Ethereum, right? I'm on the daily. Larger time frames are easier to understand this stuff. Things get incredibly convoluted when you go to short time frames. It's difficult. So I recommend 4 hours to 8 hours. Sorry, 4 hours to daily, really. 4, 8, 12. See, there's 4, 8, 12 daily. That's mainly what I look at when I'm swing trading. Those are the ones. Scalping is anything under really 30 minutes, right? And, day trading, they use a lot of 30 minutes and 1 hour type stuff, okay? Because you want to get in, get on, and get out as far as the trades. I don't like to do that. I like to put on something. I like to watch it work in my favor and then kind of wait for stuff to happen. And then I can think about moving my stops and taking some profits, and I can manage the stuff. And I can also go do other effing things. That's important for me, is to go do other effing things. So I'm not just glued to the screen, right? Because we're already glued enough to the damn devices. It's ridiculous. So, that's why I like to swing trade this stuff. And where I'm going with this is we've seen a nice little bump here, all right? I've got a good trade where I traded, I'm on 8x leverage on Bybit. I do have a link in the description if you want to follow. You can get up to $3,000 of money to play with and instantly $30 that you could trade as if it was $3,000. If you were to do 100x, I feel like you're going to throw that money away instantly. I wouldn't do that. As I just told you, I entered a trade that is at 8x. Why did I make a trade at 8x when we got into this little range between the 9 and 20 day? Well, because it puts my stop down in this level, right? It puts my stop right around the $1,500 mark. So I can be proven wrong if price was to go down there, because again, I'm a big favor of teaching you guys that when you're following a trend, you're looking for higher highs and higher lows. If it breaks that, what does it do? Well, you either have a lower high and then you typically have a lower low, right? So if price goes down there, I now have, where the hell is all my stuff? Where did it freaking go? Dun, dun, dun. Everything that I can draw. Oh, it's hidden right here. Jesus, I can't see for shit. But if we break down here, boom, 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 it's now a new lower low, and boom, I'm out of it, right? And I'm a big proponent of risking 1 to 2%. Yes, it's not effing sexy, guys, okay? But everyone on the internet that tries to tell you, oh, man, I made $100 million, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it's incredibly rare. There's a thing that's called the exception and the rule. 99% of us are the rule, and there's maybe 1 or 2 exceptions where somebody gets incredibly lucky, like the Dogecoin millionaire, right? How is he doing right now? He does not have a couple $1 million of Doge anymore. He has under $100,000 worth of Doge. It's effing ridiculous, right? Okay, because they don't know how to manage money, manage trades. Even if you have a stupid asset like a meme coin, all right, if you can't manage the asset and the winnings, you're going to fail. And if you get dumb lucky, well, chances are you're going to have a clouded judgment moving forward psychologically that, boom, I'm going to make another stupid trade, and there you're probably going to lose. You can't be lucky all the time. Have you ever met somebody going to Vegas and they put, $100 on black and boom, they've got $1,000? What happens at the end of the night? Do they continue to turn that $1,000 into another 10x? No, they lose it, right? They lose it. That's how it happens. That's why you risk 1 to 2%. I know, talk about that a lot, but people don't understand that, and hence why it's not sexy. All right. So what I'm just going over with here is what I'm waiting for is a bounce off of the 20-day-ish into this I guess, cradle, you would call it, but bouncing up and then needing a new high of around 2,000. So if we get 2,000, boom, I believe we're going up to 2,500. Here I've got my little risk versus reward scenario set up here where I'm at oh God, move that out. Where I'm at a 1 to 3 as far as the trade, because again, I'm risking 1 to make 3.5-ish is what I'm going for here, and that's where my current trade is set up. I might add to the position because I'll be winning. I'm in the green at 1,900 because that is a good psychological number for Ethereum, where you can see it's been pushed back. You can even see a few times on the 4-hour how many times it's been pushed back. It's been pushed underneath that 1,900 range for a while there, okay? And that's where I'm waiting for Ethereum. Bitcoin is a little bit different because we are in a much bigger, it's actually broken down below the actual 20-day. And so we really haven't found the bottom of where the next move is going to be. But again, here's a high, here's a higher high. So if I was to enter something right here, I'm not really entering right here. I'm waiting. I've got limit orders in at 24,000 because that's where I feel the big move is coming. Again, I've showed you this before, is if I'm looking at the volume, right? Boom, boom, boom. Here's all the volume. Here's the big effing gap, the Grand Canyon of money sitting here where there's really nothing in the way, right? There could be a lot of manipulation happening, but boom, that's what I'm waiting for, is this giant move. I want to be a part of this giant move. So hence I'm willing to risk 1 to 2% of my money. I'll probably risk 2% of my trading account on this because it just seems to be setting up great. It seems to be setting up great. But if the Ethereum merge, right, this is what there's a thing that's called buy the rumor, sell the news. And the rumor might be that, hey, this is going really good. So I expect a pump before September 19th in anticipation of this stuff. Will it happen? It's about a month away right now. Will it happen a week from now, 2 weeks from now? We will see. I'm expecting that to happen. And on what the news is going to be for this, I feel is going to be kind of the catalyst to bunch everything up even further, right? But if I'm looking at the daily and I'm looking at where the turn is of the bull market and, this bear cycle, is we need to be above 30,000. We absolutely need to be above 30,000 in order for this to really work, right? And we've got a huge wall here at 28,000. Okay, so that huge wall is at 28,000. I could even make this sucker red, so that it's, it just looks a little bit scary, right? It just looks scary because red is never good. And we could see another tank back down, and we could see a gnarly tank down to 17,000. But I believe we need to hit the 28 to 30,000 before we see that major tank again. And I think that is what's going to happen. And, no BS TA, that's very simple. And those are the levels that I'm looking for. Oh, I didn't actually finish the Bitcoin level is what I'm looking at. Is I'm looking at the 24,000, but then I'm also looking at the $22,600 range, because if we break below that, well, we're probably going to go back into this range of $17,000 to $20,000 range. That's where I think we're going to sit. Okay? That's also important to point out here. So we're just kind of waiting for crypto to decide. I know everybody is like, hey, people need to tell me where to go, where to invest. No. You follow price. Okay? If you're going to trade, you're waiting for signals. That's just how trading works. If you're investing, you have fundamentals. You look at the coins, you see the projects. That's how you invest. You don't really give a shit about TA. You're just holding stuff long term. All right, so we're done with that. And this was very interesting that came out last day or so. This was 18 hours. Ontario is imposing a $30,000. It's actually not 30,000. We're looking at more of like, what is that? A Canadian dollar to a USD dollar is what, 70 cents ish? It's like 30% less than that. So, we're looking at 26,000 or so is the limit on what you can buy for crypto in a year. It's effing ridiculous. If you live in Canada, this regulation is such bullshit, absolute bullshit. You should be using a different exchange like Coinbase, maybe Gemini, BinanceUS, Binance, the big one over, FTX, Crypto.com. Those are the ones I'd be looking at, not any of this shit, because this is limiting gains and this is just bullshit. It's what they say that these changes are to protect crypto investors like yourself and to make sure investors are aware of the risks associated with investing in crypto assets. Guys, this is the whole idea of trying to keep the middle class poor. How do you level up to that next level? Is you got to take risks, okay? As the Crypto.com commercial, fortune favors the brave. It's no lie, okay? I know Warren Buffett Well, there's that saying that you need to diversify your portfolio. But truthfully, not have all your eggs in one basket. If you're wanting to make exceptional gains, you have to have a large number. I believe Warren Buffett actually said that I would much rather own a lot of something that I believe in rather than a small portion of many different things. Because if you find that stuff believes, you're willing to hold on to the losses, okay? Because right now, the majority of people that I know in crypto, they're at a huge loss for the year. Overall, they are positive, but the people that have gotten into crypto over the last year or so, like, some people that I just catch on the street type of a thing or I meet in chats, they're at a loss. All right, but now is not a good time to exit completely. Now is a good time to get in. I made a silly little TikTok about like a great indicator, and that indicator that I was alluding to, it's really, it's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not a joke, that the 52-week range is actually a pretty damn good indicator of buying, right? Because if you have a good asset like Bitcoin and it is, close to its 52-week low, well, that is a good buy signal for me, right? And once it's at a close to its 52-week high, yeah, if it topples above it, things tend to kind of exponentially grow, but it's kind of a good outlook to say, hey, now's time to maybe start taking profits because I bought in way down here. And you can look at like any asset on that. This is low was 877. Here is where it is right now. Its high was right around $5,000. Okay, if you believe in this asset, where do you think this sucker is going? Probably closer here. Very, very simple indicator, but you can freaking let me look at stocks, right? The S&P 500, it's kind of like in the middle there, okay? But if I was to look at something like Apple, Apple is close to its 52-week high. Would you have rather bought an Apple at 129? Oh, fuck yeah. Okay? But now's a good time to be thinking, maybe should I be taking some profits? Because look at this sucker. This is, without a doubt, you've got a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, compounded with high, 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 right? If I'm just looking at something right now, right here about 175, this would honestly be a fairly good potential short right now. If I'm just looking at, if we see a rejection off of, I'm just overview looking at Apple here. All right. Sorry. I've got it up here. And you guys probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about because these damn widescreen monitors. All right. But there is the high here, and then, we've got some good resist. Let me just look. Yeah. Just looking at this, I can tell you that there is a good resistance level right here above, between the 170 to 182 range, a $10 deal. If you see you possibly get a rejection here, that would be a good indication for me to potentially maybe short something. If we break above this level, to me, that would be a buy. That would be a buy, And Michael says we are dropping right now. Okay, let me go back to crypto. My Bybit stuff, Bitcoin. Guys, this is small influx, okay? Small influx, all right? The range has been, $500 today has been the range, all right, Michael? So I would just say chill out for right now. Again, the signal that we're looking for is something above 24,000 to go long, and I'm looking for something to short under 22,600. Those are my deals. ADA, I just got a notification from Bybit that I got stopped out. I had a good trade going that I took multiple profits on the way up, and then I moved my stop to, break even, and it boom, instantly, I lost zero on just that right there. All right. So boom. Yeah. Okay. So what? We're tanking right now. That's okay. As long as we're not breaking below a new low, a lower low, I'm okay with it. I'm absolutely okay with it. It's something to look to get involved in. But anyway, guys, it's been about 20 minutes. Should we buy? Guys, I can't tell you to buy. I can give you information on to make your own judgment call with something. I'm giving you levels that I am looking at as far as trading wise, and investing wise. I am investing every week into some of these top coins. If I was to tell you what I bought last weekend, I bought Ethereum. I bought like a half of Ethereum, close to $2,000 over the weekend. All right, I bought Link. I bought Ava. I put $500 in XRP. Over the weekend. What was the other one I bought? Oh, I bought ADA because I'm gaining my bags in there. I did not buy Bitcoin. And those were my long-term. Oh, I did buy a couple more Solanas as well. And I believe I bought one Avalanche. It was cheap. I think it was right around $30 at the time. Now we're at $24. So, some of those things are at a loss right now, right? But that's my bag for dollar cost averaging into stuff because, again, what is this stuff at? All right. Technicals, it's saying sell there, screw trading view. The technicals, it's saying sell, strong buy, strong sell, this doesn't know what it's talking about. Again, this stuff is fairly close to his week low. Oh gosh, look at us. Boom, 23,000. Guys, the level that is drawn, I'll get rid of that. The level that is drawn is my red line here, right? Is the 22,600. That is a line that, boom, we missed that. It's going down here. Right here, this is just kind of fake out. Now we've turned from being a green day to a red day, all right? But we don't need to go below a new low here. We've got 35 minutes left in the... Michael says, you ain't got a holler, chef. I don't know what that means, Michael. I don't know what that means. Michael, I've taken a short from 23,500. Learn Chinese. Dude, that might be, you're probably making some money right now if you took a short at 3,500. All right. I'm still on the basis that my chart is telling me that we are not losing yet. Because again, I'm looking at the trend right here, right? If I go down to the 1 hour, I bet I could find, that looking a different scenario here where, boom, here's a low, here's a new lower low, right? And right now we've just made another low. So looking at this, where we catch into some support, again, I believe it's at 22,600, right? So, learn Chinese, yeah. You're making money right now, okay? But make sure that you have a take profit and you have a stop loss in place that is, not around a support or resistance level because you might get stopped out before and then it might just reverse on you, all right? But no, I think this is just movement here. We are in the range, right? The daily low was 23,100. Okay, we're barely losing something right now. We'll see what happens. If we go much lower than this, I might be wrong. My orders don't get filled and I wait for another trade to happen. But I'm not shorting until we get to this level of 22,600. I keep saying it. Ethereum, all right? I am not shorting until, guys, I know it's kind of a ways down there, but under the $1,600 mark, I'm not shorting, right? If we're going there, I'm going long. If we get above 2,000, I'm going long. Those are just for me. To Ryan, do you think we'll go much lower than 17,500? Will we go much lower than 17,500? If I had a crystal ball, I could tell you, but I don't, right? So I got to wait for price. But I do know when people wait for stuff to happen, hey, look at that. I've got a bottom on my chart here. What does that bottom say? I've got a range of 14,000 to 10,000 in there. That would be the golden pocket. And why do I have that specifically down here, right? Is because boom, boom, boom. We've got a level here from back in 2020, right? You can't see it. You can't see it. We've got a level back in 2020 there, right? And gosh dang it. Let me move my damn stuff. And that's where my absolute bottom zone is. We might not be there. All right. We might not be there. We might never get there. And that is okay. That's why if you're going to invest in something, it's better to dollar cost average in and have limit orders in. And what I mean by that is kind of stair step. So you've got orders in place that, hey, if we break below 22,000, I'm going to buy a little bit of Bitcoin. If we break below 20,000, I'm going to buy a little bit more. If we break below 18, if we break below 16, and if we break below 15, that's a really good way to dollar cost average into stuff. Trading wise, you're waiting for a signal for something to happen. Truthfully, I don't want Bitcoin to go that low. I really don't want for that to go that low. Learn Chinese says, hey, should I take profit now? Because in futures, we should just close the trade ASAP. It depends. For me, whenever I hit 50% profit on a trade, I take some top off, okay? I take about 1 to half the trade off, right? And for that, for me, I can make sure that even if I have my stop back there and I take half of it off, well, I can only lose the other half as my stop, and I'm out the trade for a 0. And then once I move my stops up, it's once I'm at like 100%, that's when I move my stops up to a break-even mark so that, I'm going to keep the money that I made. That is just my philosophy, and it's worked decently for me, right? But you have to do your own money management here. You got to find something that works for you. Learn Chinese. And that's why, always, you got to have a stop. A stop is much more important than an entry into trading. Everyone thinks you got to have a good entry. No, you could have a freaking stupid entry, but if you don't have a good stop, it doesn't make any sense. You need to have good money management. All right. But you can see here, boom. We're bouncing up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing something else right now. Because if I'm looking at the candle, yeah, the candles look incredibly bearish. This is looking as into it maybe is kind of turning into potentially a doji where buyers and sellers are fighting, but it's kind of looking like a shooting star right now, right? Where you've got a long wick there. Because when you have those shooting stars, boom, it's typically kind of saying that it's really bearish. And then if you have a hammer where you've got a long wick on the bottom, that is fairly bullish, besides like an engulfing deal here. But I would say that this is kind of a hammer, boom, boom, boom. Then you've got a doji-ish here where buyers and sellers are fighting, and boom, then we've got the engulfing next to it. All right. Dun, 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 dun. But that's really all I have to say for today, August 18th, is I'm waiting for those levels. Until then, we are just in a range. Boom, 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 right? But hey, guys, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm going to keep doing more of this. Hey, if you like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. I am here to help. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help you guys learn how to fish as opposed to just do as I say, right? No. I want to teach you how to do this and how to make money. All right. And really, truthfully, honestly, the best way of making money is buying when assets are low and holding forever in an investing account. You have 2 accounts. You have a trading account. You have an investing account. You don't commingle the 2. All right. One is for trading. One is for long-term growth. Boom. And truthfully, most of the time, the investing account is going to do better than the trading account, okay? Because the trading account is incredibly psychologic, okay? Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys. Till next time.